Okay, let's go. Hello, and welcome back to the McManus Sense with me, the McManus, back with another fragrance review. Hope you're all well, everyone. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year. I'm sure we all overindulged. I know I did. Way too much booze and way too much good food. I feel like I put on about 20 stone, which I probably haven't. I don't think I have, but I feel like I have. So, yeah. I need to do something about that. I'm going to do a whole sort of, detox and do dry January. Try and get all this out of my system. It's just funny, isn't it? When it's Christmas and New Year, you just kind of go mental, don't you? It's like you just say to yourself, I'm not overindulging. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to drink too much booze. And then what happens? You end up eating too much and drinking too much. I went around to my mum's house and she did enough to feed an army. It was like, Jesus Christ, how much food have you got here? It was mental. But anyway, so today I am reviewing Prada Luna Rossa Carbon from the House of Prada. Now, Prada Luna Rossa Carbon is one of many flankers from the Luna Rossa line. You've got Luna Rossa Sport, Luna Rossa Ocean. You've got an EDP and an EDT version of that, which I will do a review on at some later stage. You've also got Prada Luna Rossa Black. I think I've already said Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. I can't be 100% on that. But this is the one I'm reviewing today, Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the review. Hopefully you will watch it all the way through and you will stick a thumbs up on the video. You will subscribe to the channel and you will share the video, fingers crossed. If not, fair enough. So the first thing I want to talk about is the bottle. With the Luna Rossa line, all the bottles are the same design, but they are different colours. So this one here is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, and you've got a smoked glass with a sort of, I don't know what you say that is, like a charcoaly bottom where it says carbon, which will spin around and you'll see in a minute. I like the whole thing where you've got the Prada in the middle of the bottle in white letters with a red background. I like the atomizer. Again, they're pretty much the same. I'll show you what I mean, because I've actually got a bottle of Prada Luna Rossa Ocean. So they basically keep the bottles the same, but obviously slightly different colours. This is all blue. There's no plastic on the bottom of this one. I got this one last year. The atomizer is basically the same, just slightly different coloured, but they keep the Prada Luna Rossa line, the bottles the same, just different colours. So I just wanted to show you what I meant by that. I believe that Prada Luna Rossa Black is an all black bottle with obviously the Prada, and then you've got like Luna Rossa Sport, which is a red bottom with I think it's a red plate. It's a whitish bottom, I think, with I don't know, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it's red at the top or red at the bottom with a silvery top, maybe. I can't remember. But they keep the bottles looking exactly the same, just different colours, so you can identify which one it is. But all in all, I do like the bottle. I think it's not too fancy, where I don't think a bottle does need to be fancy. You're not really buying it for the bottle, you're buying it for the juice inside. But I do like what they do with the Luna Rossa bottles. I think they all look quite classy. You'd have them like this one, you could have them on like a shelf and you just grab it. You haven't got to worry about taking the lid off. You just spray it on straight away. I think it looks quite classy. It's keeping it simple. Sometimes less is more. And I do agree with that. I think with this, less is more. It isn't overly complicated, it isn't too fancy. Some bottles are a little bit leery and in your face. This one isn't, and I quite like that. So that's the bottle. Okay, now that moves us on nicely to the atomizer here. We're going to do a distribution of spray and see what it's like. Personally, I find they do a very good atomizer, but I want to show you guys what the atomizer's like and what sort of a distribution of spray that you'd get. So let's give that a go. So 3, 2, 1. So you get a decent burst of spray there, decent distribution. Oh, that smells so good, and I'll tell you what it smells like in a minute. But yeah, that's the atomizer. Really good. Let's go on to a bit of information about the scent. Luna Rossa Carbon by Prada is an aromatic fougere fragrance for men. Luna Rossa Carbon was launched in 2017, and those behind this fragrance is Daniela, Roche, and Drea. I'd like to tell you what the main accords are. So the main accords are fresh spicy, amber, lavender, aromatic, metallic, minerals, citrus, musky, woody, and earthy. And now we're going to go on to the notes. So the top notes are bergamot and pepper. Middle notes of lavender, metallic notes, coal, watery notes, and soil tincture. Moving on lastly to the base notes of ambroxan and patchouli. So before I go on to my final thoughts whether this is worth buying or not, I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about this fragrance. Now, to me, I do love this fragrance, and it kind of puts me in mind of something else. It kind of puts me in mind of this guy here, Dior Sauvage, which is I know it gets a lot of hate in the community at the moment. Well, it has done, because obviously there is a lot of people wearing this at the moment. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, as this to me is a fantastic scent. I think the reason why so many people wear it is because it's such a good fragrance, but a lot of people complain about how harsh it is on the opening. It's called the Ambroxan Bomb. You know, a lot of people think it's really sort of too strong sometimes, can give you a bit of a headache, and I get that. To me, this one here, Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, in my opinion, it's a more unique version of Dior Sauvage. It's got a similar DNA as Sauvage, but with a fresh, soapy and clean twist to it. It smells incredible. I really like it. The dry down is peppery. You know, you get a hint of lavender from it. It's super versatile. Performance and longevity. Performs quite well. Long lasting, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's as long lasting as Dior Sauvage. I'd say it's more 4 to 6 hours. I get about 8 hours out of Dior Sauvage. This one's more 4 to 6, but it depends also on your skin DNA. I've heard people say they get beast performance out of this. For me personally, I don't. I get about 4 to 6 hours from this. But if you're looking for a Dior Sauvage alternative, you know, a nice soapier, you know, refined version of Dior Sauvage, then I highly recommend getting this. It's a great scent. I opted for a 50ml bottle this time around. I had 100ml, and then I completely ran out of it because I just use it a lot. Well, I was using it a lot at the time. So I managed to get a gift set. That's the only reason I opted for a 50ml bottle, because the gift set, I got a shower gel with it as well in the sales, and it was like £51, whereas for a bottle of this 100ml, you're looking at 80 plus, I'd say. I mean, if you can afford to get the 100ml, I highly recommend getting the 100ml. But personally, 50ml bottles just as good. Obviously a smaller bottle, but I mean, there are a lot of deals on in January at the moment. A lot of sales going on. Companies like trying to sell, like, you know, their gift sets off cheaper. So I highly recommend searching online, see where you can find this. I managed to get it on a site called All Beauty, and like I say, I paid £51 for it. I waited a few more days to buy it, because at the time it was like £61. They'd already reduced it, and then they reduced it further to £51. So it's £51 plus some change. So it's not overly expensive for such a great scent. It's a Dior Sauvage kind of smelling scent, but it's, like I say, it's more refined, more unique, more, I don't know, not as sharp. It's more of a soapier, nicer version, I'd say. Like, that's not to slag this off too much. I love this, but this, I find, gets a lot more compliments now than this one does. This one still gets some compliments, not as many, because obviously a lot of people are still wearing this. This one's got me a lot of compliments wearing this, and I highly recommend it. My final thoughts: if you can get this, get it. If you can get it cheap enough, get it. Don't spend what you would spend on this, because, to be honest with you, you get more performance out of this one than this one. But this one's really good. I really enjoy wearing this. I highly recommend buying it, because you probably can still pick this up quite cheap in the January sales. Like I say, you'll probably get more compliments from this than you would Dior Sauvage. It is a lot more refined. It's more, it smells really good. It's more like a soapier version of the fragrance of Dior Sauvage. So yeah, I highly recommend it. You don't really, on the dry down, you don't really get all the ambroxan like you do in the opening. I mean, on this one you get a very strong opening of ambroxan, but I highly recommend buying Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. It's a fantastic scent. If you can get it in the January sales, I highly recommend it. Search around online first. Always try before you buy as well. Don't be frightened to go into a shop and, like, you know, like a pharmacy, or like a you know, somewhere where they're displaying a scent like this. Don't be frightened to smell it first before you buy it. Try and put it on your skin first. I wouldn't put it on the tester strips, because the thing is, it's not really a true representation of what this scent will smell like on your skin. So, I mean, you can always try it in a shop, or you can go online. There are sites that sell mini samples of this, and you can try it before you go out and commit to buying this, because a fragrance is quite a big purchase to go out and buy blind. So that's what I tend to do. I mean, I have blind bought a few fragrances, and sometimes it's worked out quite well, but sometimes it's like, crap, I wish I'd never bought that. I've spent a lot of money on it. So if you can, please try before you buy. Search around online. There's loads of good deals on this at the moment. I highly recommend it. And yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. Take care, and I will see you guys soon for the next review. Take care. Bye.